Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another Let's Trek Together episode. This is going to be a very important one as we start the 100-mile wilderness today. What we actually are going to do is divide it up into two 3.5-day segments. Initially, we were thinking about just going all 7 to 8 days and do the entire 100-mile wilderness and Katahdin, but we realized we don't have enough battery power for that, and it would just logistically make more sense if we do 3.5 days, get picked up halfway through, go back to Shaw's, and then finish the 3.5 days in Summit Katahdin. This episode is going to be our first 3.5 days through the 100-mile wilderness. I hear this section is definitely harder than the second half, so you're gonna see us struggle. So let's go. Okay, so we're about 5 miles into the 100-mile wilderness, and in all honesty, the first 5 miles are kind of boring. There's just a lot of force walking. I mean, it's not too hard. Definitely just a lot of ups and downs for not many reasons. The rocks are really slippery today since it rained. I hope it gets more interesting. We're about 5 miles away from our first real river ford. I know way back in Virginia, we had to cross a river, I think ankle deep. This one I think is gonna be about knee deep. So yay, at least it's warm out today. That would suck in the cold weather.
These leaves honestly make it a little hard to follow the path. I thought I just walked off it for a second, but if you look at the ground, you can't really tell. But then there's the dirt up ahead. So I'm in the right spot.
This is our first river crossing, woohoo! And Corey says it's not that cold, but I also think he's a liar. He says he's a liar.
So I'm currently in the middle of the river crossing. It's freezing. There's Dan. Wow, the rocks are slippery and I can't feel my feet.
All right, y'all, we made it to camp. We stopped probably about a half a mile before the shelter that we were initially going to get to. So we clocked in, I think, at about 14.5 miles today. It felt very long, but that was probably because it was an out of town day. Yeah, it wasn't super interesting. There were some beautiful, beautiful views, but I don't know, it was a lot of forest walking today and it's just a lot of up and down. So it just made my joints very tired, but we are camped here at this beautiful little side camp right next to this beautiful, beautiful river that is flowing very loudly behind us. And I think we're only gonna do an 11.5, I guess probably about a 12 tomorrow. It is supposed to rain like crazy, so I think we're gonna get to one of the next lean-tos and camp there and then do big miles the next day. But I'm getting way too far ahead of myself. We will see you guys bright and early in the morning. Oh, also, we are at mile 2093, which means we are officially 100 miles away from summiting Katahdin. That is really sad and amazing and just every emotion possible. So catch you guys bright and early in the morning. See you soon.
Good morning, everybody. It is 7 a.m. We woke up early and we're headed out. Skies don't look good, and we have about 4,000 feet of elevation over 11.5 miles, 12 miles, so yay. Also, it's my birthday. What a great day to have a birthday in the rain and lots of climbing, so let's go. First view of the day. Still beautiful to see the leaves changing. They're slightly duller now. I think that's just because leaves are falling and they're falling fast.
But honestly, it doesn't really look like the leaves are falling off these trees.
No, not that much.
It might be, but it just doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
Second view of the day. It's called Barren Slide. Beautiful. Wow.
So it's already starting to sprinkle on us. It wasn't supposed to start raining till 9, but it's starting now. But hopefully it's just sprinkles for a bit. I really hope, because I don't want to get dumped on yet.
there something in the
So I think this used to be a fire tower, but not anymore.
So we're about 5 or 6 miles into our day, and so far it hasn't been raining too hard. We definitely have had light drizzle on us, but that's okay. Not complaining, enjoying this cooler weather with no sun. And as soon as I started saying that, it started raining again. Woohoo, I just jinxed it. It's not too bad yet. I'm just gonna shut up.
Here it is. Any thoughts or words?
We could go backwards and then do 2,100 miles all the way back to Springer.
These past 100 miles went by so much faster than the last 100. I was thinking about it, which makes sense because not the past 100, but the 100 before that, we really slowed down our mileage because Maine was just really difficult. But this last 100, we pulled 220s, I think we pulled 320s maybe. And so that definitely makes the miles go by faster. Wow. There's no more 100-mile markers. That's it. 93 miles to Katahdin. All right, I gotta put this down because the rocks are slippery and I don't want to fall. This little guy just screamed at us. Look at him. All right, good morning, everybody. We didn't film last night or this morning before we left the shelter. We are about, I think, like a mile into our day. We're on top of Chairback Mountain. It's absolutely beautiful. Way better than yesterday. Everything's still a little damp, but that's okay because we're gonna get more wet today with another river crossing. So let's go.
All right, I'm gonna call this section of trail the Mini Kennebec River. But there is no canoe to get me across, so that sucks.
All right, this is the trail this morning.
This sucks! My feet are wet! All right, another river crossing. Doesn't look that deep, but it is not even 50 degrees out, so this is gonna be a very cold crossing. This is absolutely freezing. My bones were hurting. It was so cold and it lasted just a little too long. It was rough, but we got through it. The stones were not that bad on the bottom, so it was a pretty easy ford, and on we go. How's it going, guys? All right, we are 8.3 miles into our day. Sorry for my hair being an absolute hot mess. We have about 2.5 more miles into lunch. I think we're doing 11 miles before lunch because we have a 21-miler to do today. Oh my God, that was terrible English. But yeah, it's been really, really easy terrain. Super flat, just down and flat. We're doing all of our climbs pretty much right before and after lunch. Hopefully they're not too hard, but they said there's a lot of steps. So honestly, steps are easier than like trying to push yourself up like a mound of dirt and trees. So I'll take it. All right, just made it over the second hill out of 4. We have another hill. I hear it's super mellow though. And then we are climbing Whitecap, where we will hopefully be able to see Katahdin for the first time. Actually, not the first time. I feel like we've actually seen it before, but like more up close for the first time. It was beautiful in the first half of the day. It's turned pretty cloudy out, so I hope that means we still get visibility of Katahdin. I guess we'll see when we get there, but first 2 hills were tough. Next 2 look nice, and then it's all the way downhill to camp. I think we have about 8 miles to camp, so let's get it.
Okay, so we are a little bit up Whitecap. We've gone over all the other peaks for the day, and this is our last up, and from Whitecap we can see Katahdin, which is really, really cool, and then we go all the way down for 5 miles to camp. And making really good time, a lot better than we thought we were going to be. We were afraid we were going to be hiking down in the dark, which we might still be, but definitely a little bit less than we thought we would be doing, so that's good. And here is Whitecap Mountain. All the way down to camp now. Woohoo.
Okay, so we're here at the top of Whitecap Mountain, and right out there is our first view of Mount Katahdin. That is insane. I know it doesn't look that big in the camera, but it is freaking enormous in real life. Okay, I knew Katahdin was gonna be absolutely enormous, but I don't know, it just still took me like really by surprise. Very thankful that we had a clear sunny day to see it. It was just so beautiful, so beautiful. It looks so close, but we still have another like 60 miles to go. I'm kind of tired, but we have 5 miles to camp. Let's do it. It's all downhill. I am happy. Katahdin, Katahdin, we're coming for you. Katahdin, Katahdin, I couldn't run the rest. Wow.
Alright, good morning everybody. We also didn't film last night because it got dark by the time we got here. We did 21 miles to the East Branch shelter, had a wonderful night here, and now we have a 12 to Joe Mary Road where we will be getting picked up and taken back to Shaw's. Let's go.
Good morning everybody. So, I'm dumb. Little Boardman Mountain is the first and only hill we are climbing today, and I didn't think it was gonna be that bad, so I kept my thermals on that I slept in last night, and I am very much overheating. I do this every single time we go into town, but you know what? I never learn.
Yeah, that's that. I'm gonna leave you guys with say that I'm okay.
All right, pretty much to the top of Little Boardman Mountain. I think we have 0.1 left. That was the most unnecessary hill, but the only reason I was motivated to get over it was because I know what the elevation looks like past it, and it is flat all the way to Katahdin. So I know I said that it was pretty much flat all the way after. I think the Bigelow is way back. I was so wrong, but I'm pretty confident that the last 50 miles, for the most part, is flat. So happy about that.
So a tidbit of information about these blazes, these double ones. That means you're supposed to go straight. If the top blaze is off to the right, it means there's gonna be a turn to the right, and vice versa on the left. But these double blazes say to go straight. But if I go straight, I'm walking right into the woods. It literally sharp curves to the right. Whoever maintains these trails needs to learn their directions. I don't know, it happens all the time and I just find it really funny. If I was to follow the blazes the way they were written, I'd be so off the trail all the time. It'd be an adventure though.
All right, one of the many stunning lakes or ponds or whatever you call it on the Appalachian Trail in the 100-mile wilderness, and this one's called Sand Beach.
Okay everybody, so we made it to Joe Mary Road. We're here with Odie, the creator.
I'm Odie.
He is Odie, with the creator of the Hiker Yearbook.com. Go check it out. We're chilling in his school bus while we're waiting for our ride. I hope you really enjoyed this section. We loved the beginning of the 100-mile wilderness, and we can't wait to see the rest of it.
57 more miles.
57 more miles. That's crazy.
Oh, no.
So if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. And as always, let's trek together.